From the Mapleview Animal Hospital studios, this is the WHTC Morning News with Gary Stevens and Peg McNichol on 99.7, 1450 WHTC and WHTC.com.
And welcome back to the WHTC Morning News for this Wednesday, May 6th. Wednesday mornings, every first and third Wednesday of the month, we have a chance to take a look at what is going on with a farm life with a farm wife. It's brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, Markup Agency, 477 Chicago Drive, just west of US 31 in Holland. Call Mark now for a quote at 396-5728. That's 396-5728 from Farm Bureau Insurance, Mark Hop Agency. Author and blogger Diane Loew joins us via our Zoom connection in the farm, in the barns today with the calves. And Diane,
well, we're gonna try. I am not real techie, so I have no idea how this is gonna go, but we're gonna try.
The video will be interesting. The audio, which is what our listeners are hearing right now, it will be fine. But you're giving us a little bit of a tour, shall we say, Diane, of what is going on as a dairy farmer in the Hudsonville area that you are.
Sure. Right now I'm in what we call our nursery, and this used to be our old milking facility way back when I first got married. They had a parlor where they milked 4 on one side, and then they enlarged it to 8. And now we kind of have this as like our area where we have calves for the nursery, and then this is where our cows also give birth. So these are, I'll show you a few of our calves right now. We have an overabundant supply, it seems like. We haven't had everybody picking them up yet this morning. We have a few right there.
Yeah.
These are all fed, and they're all happy, so they're kind of napping. And then we have, I can't even tell where I'm looking at here, another one over there. And then over here, we're actually feeding some. I'm not, but our feeder is. I don't know if you can see that. That's Kendra, our feeder. She's given a bottle.
Yep, I can really see that.
So these are our babies, and these are the ones that we take care of until they're big enough to go out on their own into their own little pens. All of these little black guys, they get picked up by people who actually raise them for beef. This one here is getting a little interested in what's going on.
That's okay. You know, we're interested as well. Dealing with the animals, they seem to be very docile with the humans, and maybe because of the fact from when they are born and when they are weaned, they're with humans all the time. It's not as if it's entirely a foreign entity.
Right. They're pretty docile until they get hungry, and then they're all coming up at you trying to get something to drink, and they're banging into you and hitting you in the kneecaps. So they can get a little aggressive, especially these little black guys here. They're pretty feisty, but I think this one's belly is full, so it's going to be kind of okay for a while.
Yeah, keep them fed, keep them happy. I've heard that line before.
Yeah,
you know,
it works with cows and kids.
You got that right. Obviously, the situations we're all in right now makes it a little bit tough for not only dairy farmers, but farmers in general, trying to get their product to market, trying to get these animals not only for food, but also for what they certainly provide for us with the milk and all that. It's a more of a challenge, and with these processing plants closing down, it just compounds the problem even more.
Right. That is a huge problem. Part of the problem is that they were actually shut down because they thought that it wasn't safe to have them operating. Some of them are shut down because there's been people sick. I did hear yesterday, though, that 2 or 3, I'm not sure how many of the processing plants in Missouri are opening up. Whether or not they'll have people that will be able to man them, that's a whole nother story. But yeah, that's what's really sad right now is there are chickens being killed, pigs being killed, cattle. Right now, the slaughterhouse that we take our cows to, that is shut down for a while due to Corona. We do have a sale barn that we can take our animals to that we do once a month, or once a week, I mean. But sometimes we need to take an animal in between there. So we're not real sure what we're going to do with that yet. but it gets to be challenging. And I think the big problem is the farmer is doing a really good job of providing food in all the sectors, but it's the processing, it's the line of, supply between us and the people who get it. There's just too much, I don't know what you want to call it. I do know, I think I was listening yesterday or the day before to something, and they were talking about the packers, how much the packers are getting off from each animal compared to the farmer. So there needs to be something done to change the way this whole thing runs as far as what the farmer gets and what happens in between farmers and the people that eat the food. We're just, all of us are struggling to stay alive. And, we don't want a handout. We just want fair price for what we do, for what the amount of work that we put in. And somewhere there's a disconnect or somebody's got something messed up and somebody needs to fix it. I don't know who that would be, but just listening to things between the price of what we get and in between, it's not right.
And the thing is that, both of our congresspersons, Fred Upton and Bill Heising, was touting the fact that the FDA is, there's been purchasing some food and doing some things for food banks, which is nice, but you guys need more help than just that.
Right. And that's, like I said before, that's good for the people who are there going to help, but rarely does that show up in what we get or things like that. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
This guy, I just got that's more.
Well, again, we're gonna put the video of this on our Facebook page at 99.7 and 1450 WHTC a little bit later on today, and they'll see, that these cows, we see them for what they provide. We see them for food. We see them for the milk and all that. But at times, we got to see them also as, they're sentient beings too. They're not just walking around slabs of beef.
Right. And now, like this one here is getting a little pushy. He wants more, so he's going to be shoving up against me like he would his mama, looking for more milk.
Well, if it's in the nursery, that's exactly what these little cows are going to do. Although, little is somewhat relative.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but consumers just need to know that the farmers are doing a great job of providing food. It's in between the farmer and what happens at the store. And hopefully through all of this, we'll realize that some things need to change, that it's a little bit fragile and that maybe we can come up with a better way of doing things. But until then, just buy your food, eat it, be grateful that you have somebody providing for you, I guess.
Yeah, and of course, it's nice to have the farmers markets back up in operation beginning in Howland from today, and Grand Haven, Zeeland, others as well. What about some of your farming neighbors that are involved with the agricultural more than the with you dairy products? We got some cold weather coming up later on this week, and they got to be concerned.
Yeah. I know. I have a friend who has blueberries down south a little bit, and they're in bud. I don't know enough about the produce area as far as how cold it's got to be before there's a problem, but I know a lot of people are wanting to get out and plant their flowers. We had that one really nice day, so everybody went out and bought flowers. Well, you better cover them up because it looks like we might have a problem. I don't know, but it's there's always something with farming. There's always something with farming. It's never just easy sailing, but I don't want to sound like I'm complaining or whining because there's so many blessings that come with it. I mean, look at this. This is where I come when I feel overly stressed, or if I just want to kind of have a connection with something other than all the problems in the world. I just come in here and I just take a look at these little guys and spend some time with them. Even the big ones, they're calming. It just soothes my soul. So we're very fortunate to be able to have this.
I'm smiling from ear to ear about that cow that's just so happy to see you. And I think, Diane, I'm going to let that cow have some time with Mom. It looks like some staffers are here that take care of the food.
Yep. He thinks maybe he can get a little bit more.
That sounds good. Diane Loew, as always, we appreciate you joining us today on WHTC's Farm Life with a Farm Wife, presented by Mark Hop, Farm Bureau Insurance, Mark Hop Agency, and look forward to chatting with you again in a couple of weeks. Diane,
you bet. Yep,
and that is Diane Loew of the Farm Life with a Farm Wife. You can follow her on her Facebook page, and we'll put a link on that when we put the audio of this conversation with Diane on our website at WHTC.com in a little bit.
Thanks.
A Farm Life with a Farm Wife has been presented by Farm Bureau Insurance, Mark Hop Agency.